The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Robert.
Hi. Hi, Raymond.
Hi, this is Raymond Aaron, New York Times top 10 bestselling author and professional speaker for 37 years. But I'm not going to do any speaking here. I'm just introducing a dear friend from Slovenia in the middle of Europe. A lot of people have never heard of Slovenia, but I have grown to love it. It's possibly the most beautiful country I've ever seen. No litter. Everybody loves each other. It's the only country in the world that has love in its name, a huge distinction, and they deserve it. But what this talk is about is not love, it's money. And I have on the line Robert Rolih. It's an unusual spelling, R-O-L-I-H. R-O-L-I-H, if you wish to look him up. He's all over the internet. He's one of the wisest men in the world in terms of investing correctly. There's a lot of garbage out there, but there's very little that's really, really good about investing. And Robert knows about it. He wrote The $1 Million Decision to help not big corporations, but the average person invest really, really wisely. And the reason that I brought him to you, my dear client, right now is because this isn't a bad time as far as investment is concerned. Weirdly, this is a good time. Robert, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let me just turn on my camera. Can you see me now?
I can.
Okay, perfect. So there is an old saying in the investing world that says, buy when there is blood on the streets. Even the blood is your own, you know. So the best time for investing is when everybody is panicking and when everybody is selling, of course. But it's very hard to buy in these times, you know, in the hard times, because we humans, we are like, you know, we have this herd mentality, and we try to follow the herd. But that is exactly what we shouldn't do when it comes to investing. So I think that this is an amazing opportunity for smart long-term investors, you know.
Well, I understand that when the trend is up, that's a good time to buy, that you should follow the trend. So am I wrong? And can explain that?
Yeah, so there are a lot of rules, you know, when it comes to investing, and some are meant to be broken, some are not meant to be broken. But when there is a, you know, if we take a look at the stock market historically, the stock market has a big uptrend with ups and downs, you know. And when these downs come, it's very important to be prepared, okay? Because I will later in my presentation I will talk about why the stock market produced the best possible returns in the past, and what will probably happen in the future. So there is a, you know, when you follow the trend, and when the long-term trend for the stock market is up, of course, and I will explain why later. Of course, but you always need to buy the dip. You know, if you are buying when there is a dip, you can get the best possible returns, and that is why smart investors are utilizing, or maybe let's say buying when there are big panics, and when people are starting to sell everything and so on.
I remember Warren Buffett announced a while ago, when everybody loved the stock market and the stocks were sailing, they were so high. He said he had $1 billion in cash. The reporter said, why aren't you investing it? You're the smartest investor in the world. And he said, I'm keeping it for when it's lousy. And when it's lousy, I'm going to have $1 billion of stocks that are on sale. Anyways, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want you to talk to my clients. We've had enough chit chat. I want you to teach and teach and teach. And at the end, I want you to take some of the questions that people have been putting in the questions area and answer. So if at any time you have any questions, just put them in the questions area. And Robert, go.
Yes, so I will answer all the questions at the end, okay? Yeah. And now I just want to check if my screen, if you can see my screen, so that there should be a big photo of me on the screen. Can you see that?
Photo. I see the big photo. I'm waiting for your.
Yes, okay, perfect. So, what will be the topics for today? Today, the first topic will be a short intro to my investing system, because when it comes to investing, you shouldn't just follow your emotions, because you will make only bad financial decisions. So you need to have a system in place. And I will give you a very short introduction to my 5-step investing system that works like magic. Then the second topic will be the current situation on the markets. You know, what is happening? What will the 2020 bring into our world, and so on. So what is happening on the market with different asset categories like gold, stocks, bonds, and stuff like this. Then, can this be a big investment opportunity for us? So this will be one of the most important topics of course, for today. And I will share you my opinion, what is going to happen, or maybe the scenarios that may happen till the end of this year and in 2021. And my favorite topic at the end, what are the best possible investment products in times like this, or also in the good times, and which products to avoid at all cost. Because the problem is that the financial industry, financial advisors are usually selling the worst possible financial products, and that is why people get very, very low returns or mediocre returns from their investments. So this is my favorite topic, and I will also show you how did I learn all this stuff. So it will probably surprise you that 10 years ago, I had no clue about personal finance. I had no clue about investing. So how come that I teach people all around the world now about these topics? Well, it's an interesting story. You know, I was born in a very, very small village with approximately 100 people living there. It was a backwater village, a very poor village in a small country of only 2 million population. And when I was young, my parents were working in a socialistic factory, and they had these minimum wages, you know. We never had any money at home. So I can still remember my father, you know, with Jimi Hendrix hairstyle. Whenever I asked him for something, the reply was always the same. Robert, you don't have any money, you cannot afford it, you know. And that was the story of my childhood. But, you know, I had something in me that changed my fate. And that was that I loved to read books. So I would go to library in a city nearby, and I would borrow these business books, books about achieving something in life, books about goal setting, achieving, and so on. And my favorite author at that time was the legendary Brian Tracy. You probably know him. Now, if you don't know him, here is a photo of him. Oops, sorry, wrong photo, wrong photo. This is the right photo. So Brian Tracy, he's the best-selling author, famous speaker, and so on. So the book at the top right, Maximum Achievement, was my favorite book at the time. So as luck would have it, when I was studying and I was living in a student dorm, I got an idea and I started my own business. So this was in 2001. And after 4 years of hard work and sleepless nights, my business finally started to make a lot of profits. And we even organized, you know, my business, my company organized an event, a seminar with the legend himself, with Brian Tracy. So this was March 10th, 2005. We organized a big event with Brian Tracy as a speaker. So it was like dreams coming true for me. And I made a lot of money that year. This was the first year that I made 6-figure income. And it was like, wow, amazing. But you know what? Having a lot of money brings all sorts of problems. And the biggest problem I had was where to put it. And I'm not kidding, you know. I was an entrepreneur and I didn't have a clue about personal finance and investing. So I trusted who? What do you think? Yeah, financial advisors, bankers, managers, and so on. So year after year, I gave them all of my business profits. And then after several years of doing that, me and my wife, Sarah, we had a conversation about personal finance. And she said, Robert, maybe it would be a wise idea to just check what is going on, check out what is going on with all our investments. And I said, okay. So I ordered all the account statements. And when they arrived, these envelopes, when they arrived and I opened them, it was like, what? Are there some zeros missing? Money we worked hard to earn was mostly gone. I was totally devastated. And that was the start of the darkest period of my life. I started to lose the motivation to work in my company. I got depressed. We started to have fights with my wife and so on. So it was a really, really bad situation. But luckily, I had already signed an agreement with Brian Tracy for his first seminar with my company. And after the seminar, I invited him to dinner. And I said to him, Brian, I have some big problems, financial problems, and I would like, if you can help me a bit with them. So at first 20 minutes of dinner were like I was talking and he was listening, and I spilled all my problems. And then he said something. So Brian Tracy looked me straight in the eyes and he said something that totally changed my life. And it may as well change your life too. Robert, it doesn't matter how much you earn. All that matters is if you have the skills to manage your money and to invest it. And at that moment, I realized I don't have these skills. I blindly trust the financial industry. So I made perhaps the most important decision of my life. I will become one of the most financially literate people in this world, no matter what. So in the next approximately 7 years, I invested heavily in my financial education. I read more than 300 books. I attended all the best seminars about investing and money management around the world. So I was building my financial muscles, I was like, building my financial muscles. And this is the photo of me then. No Photoshop used. So after these 7 years of hard work, you might say, Robert cannot go wrong anymore. He knows it all. But you would be mistaken. Why? Because only after these 7 years, I started to learn that there are some small details, tiny details in the investment world, and if you don't know them, the financial industry will crush you. And I had to learn about these details on my own. Nobody at all those seminars, nobody in all those books talked about these details, and I learned them on my own. And now I have an important question for you. Would you like to learn what these details are today? Yes or no? I'm not going to share them with you. Okay, I will. So today I will share these details with you with the help of the system, investing system that I first developed for myself. And then I started to share this system with clients all around the world. The name of the system is the Millionaire Money Making Machine Investing System. And in the last years, I was really, really lucky and honored to be able to share this system with hundreds of thousands of people all around the world. This is the photo from my biggest seminar to date, more than 2,000 people in the audience. This is one of my London events where I share the stage with Gary Vaynerchuk. This is one of my Moscow events. I am very popular also in Russia. A very interesting country, and I'm the #1 public speaker or #1 expert when it comes to investing in Russia right now. So I have seminars from the Netherlands, Sweden, UK. I have online events for US, for Canada, for Australia, for all the countries. Yeah. And of course, I also published my book, The $1 Million Decision, that quickly became #1 international bestseller. And the book was also translated into Chinese Mandarin. It was published in Taiwan. It was published in Bulgaria. It was published in India, and so on. So if I just, and all this brought me, of course, a lot of media attention. I was featured in more than 50 newspapers, TV stations, online media, and so on, Yahoo Finance, Business Insider, Newsmax TV, Russian TV, European TV stations, and so on. So if I just sum it up, Knowing the right details gets you a great return. Ignore them and you just crash and burn. So when it comes to investing, you need to know the right details. Now, how can you learn the right details, and how can you win the financial game of life? The best way, I think, is to learn and follow my system. So let me give you a very short overview of this system. If you want to win the financial game of life, you need to take 5 steps, okay? Just 5 steps. The first step is the most important one. These are the foundations. You need to learn some important personal finance concepts. You need to understand how money works. You need to be able to manage your money properly. I call this increase your financial wisdom. So this is the first step, the most important one. Without this step, nothing will work. The second step is for people who understand that there are certain things that we cannot predict in life. You know, this is protect yourself. So protect yourself. So before you go on and try to get great returns with your money, you first need to protect yourself. And in my system, we use 2 tools to protect ourselves. The first tool is insurance policies, and the second tool are precious metals, gold and silver. Then, the third step, if you have my workbook ready, imprinted, write down grow your golden goose. So write down grow your golden goose. These are your long-term investments. These investments are the key to success in life, to financial success in life. And you need to have them in order to build your pension pot, in order to increase your financial security, power, and maybe for schooling of your children and stuff like this. So grow your golden goose. These are your long-term investments, and long-term investing in my system means 10 years plus. So you invest in a certain asset category or a financial product for at least 10-year period. Okay, you don't sell after 3 years, you don't sell after 5 years, but you keep that money for a long time period. Okay, at least 10 years. Then the next step is for people who are impatient, like me. It's accelerate your returns. You know, there are some strategies, more short-term strategies, where you can achieve better returns compared to your long-term investments. But of course, this comes at an additional risk. So higher possible returns, but of course also a higher risk. And the last part of my system is the answer to the question, why? Why am I doing all that? It's because you have certain dreams, certain goals. You want to achieve something in your life. You want to achieve a certain lifestyle and so on. So this is the system. And it looks very simple and easy. But unfortunately, the financial industry put a lot of big hurdles on the way. The first big hurdle is that financial literacy is just not available for most people. And in our school systems, they don't teach us about personal finance and investing. Do you agree? So we all grew up without financial knowledge, okay? I grew up totally financially illiterate. The game of protecting ourselves and long-term investing, these 2 games are rigged. This means that they are set up in such a way that only the financial industry is winning and we are always losing. My case in point, the most popular financial products and the most popular life insurance products are basically the worst possible financial products out there. Why? Because of the fees. And in the second part of my webinar, I will show you how this works and how small fees can eat up most of your future returns. And in many cases, even the money you have invested. So these 2 games are really, really, really very hard to win. And today I will show you how to win them. The game of short-term investing, it's the same story, or maybe even worse, because 19 out of 20 investors, short-term investors, lose their money, and on average, this happens in just 4 months. So, with all these games being rigged, how the hell can we achieve our big dreams and even share our wealth? There's no way. But is there a solution for all this mess? And my answer is a resounding yes. With 3 areas of financial wisdom, you will become one of the most financially literate people in the world, and you will never need financial advisors anymore. With Armor Formula, I will give you a simple formula on how to choose the best possible insurance products and how to invest in gold and silver for the right reasons, because most people invest in gold for totally the wrong reasons. And all the other, I will also share with you with this formula all the other details that you need to understand before you invest in precious metals. We will feed our golden goose with the G.R.A.I.N system. This system will help you accumulate 2 to 5 times more money compared to investing in the standard financial products that the financial industry recommends. So much better returns, much smarter products compared to what your financial advisor recommends. With Star Passive Income Builder, I will show you how you can win the short-term trading game without trading. So no trading, totally passive strategy. And it's quite unusual, but later I will show you. I will maybe just take 5 minutes to explain this to you. And the last thing, you know, with all these systems in place, you will be able to reach your goals fast. So this is the entire system that I created for myself and then for my clients. And today, of course, I will not have enough time to go through the entire system. Usually, it takes me 2 full days to cover the entire system at my live seminars and so on. But today, I would like to give you, let's say, 2 key messages, or maybe 1 key part of my system. This is the long-term investing that is the most important for you. Okay, so today you will learn some amazing things, some amazing strategies, some amazing information about long-term investing that should be our most important investment strategy. And this is also the strategy that will help you to make it big during this recession. Okay, so I will give you really the most important part of my system today. And at the end of this webinar, I will also invite you to join my online course that covers all the details, all the systems, all the subsystems. Okay, and I will give you a very special offer that we agreed on with Raymond before this webinar. So it will be really a really special offer if you want to learn all the details and the entire system. So today, a lot of great value. You will be amazed. But if you want to learn the entire system, you will have an option to do that at the end of this webinar. Now, before we go into the content, some legal stuff. I'm not financial advisor, okay? Thanks God. So everything that I share today is just my opinion, and nothing constitutes financial or other professional advice. And if I mention any stocks or funds and so on, this is just for illustration. Okay, so this is something that you need to understand. Now, 4th of March. First, let's move to the first topic, and this is COVID-19 recession. What is happening? What could happen in the future? And could this be a big opportunity for all of us? So, 4th of March. I should have been in Moscow delivering my seminar, my live seminar there. But of course, with my promoter, we agreed that I will not travel there because I saw what is going on with the coronavirus. And even though it was possible to get there, but I said no way, because you know, they can basically stop the flights when I'm there or something, you know. So I am very careful about these things, and I decided to have this event online via live streaming, so online streaming. And when I finished this seminar, it was like the end of the world. When I checked my email, when I checked the news, it was like my promoter from the Netherlands who also works with Tony Robbins, said, Robert, everything is being cancelled, everything is being postponed, you know, all the events, everything. Then I checked some news sites. Cities were being locked down, the whole countries were being locked down. It was like, wow, what's happening, you know? So I think that this was the first day where the world realized that this is a very serious thing, you know, that the COVID-19 is a really serious thing that can have a huge effect on our lives and on our market, you know, stock markets and all the other markets around the world. And also celebrities were getting infected and so on. And the stock market, you know, this is my screenshot that I took at that time. It was like 30% down. Dow Jones went down 30% in just a couple of weeks. You know, it's unprecedented. It was like the first time in history that something like this happened. Even gold, you know, a safe haven usually, went down with the stocks, and maybe I will later explain why. So it was like, what's happening? So what is my take on the COVID-19 recession in the making? On the 1st of March, before Warren Buffett, before Ray Dalio, before all these big investment gurus realized that something really terrible is happening, I wrote a very interesting article on my blog titled COVID-19, a global crisis in the making. And I talked about that, you know, the COVID-19 was not the only reason why the stock market is tanking. There is another reason, or there was another reason, and that is that stock market was overvalued, overheated for a long time. And I started to prepare my clients for the next recession already in the last months of the year 2019. So last year, on the 14th of November, I sent all of my clients a video with a recession warning, you know, and I talked about that Federal Reserve, United States Federal Reserve, is basically force-feeding the economy with credit, and that this asset bubble will need to pop sooner or later. And then in January, I have regular updates for my clients, for my course clients, and I show them how to prepare themselves for the recession and what should they do because of what will happen. But this was before the coronavirus. You know, I didn't know at the time that the coronavirus will have such a huge effect. But the stocks were overvalued. This is the Warren Buffett indicator. It shows you the ratio between the value of the entire United States stock market versus gross domestic product. And as you can see here, this number means overvalued. So if it's more than 140, it's really, really highly overvalued. It was like 160 before the dot-com crash. It was like 117 before the financial crisis, and now it was almost 150. So then the U.S. unemployment was at historic lows, and when the employment is at historic lows, the next move is always it goes up. You know, so there is some kind of recession because of the credit cycles, because of the market cycles, and so on. So this is the contrarian indicator. Now, I was preparing my clients for this for several months. And now the question for you is, could this be a big opportunity for you? Okay. Now, one of my favorite quotes says, recession is just a transfer of wealth from people who are not prepared and don't know the right details to people who are prepared and know the right details. So this is one of my favorite quotes. So recession is just a transfer of wealth, okay? Now, if you want to understand what is going on around the world right now, you need to understand two concepts. You need to understand the concept of acute versus chronic pain, okay, or problem. So what is the acute problem? Acute problem is condition that is severe and sudden. okay? Like a broken bone, okay? If you break a bone, if you fall from a tree, you break a bone, it's a big problem, but you need to go to a doctor and they give you plaster and so on, and they fix you up. And in a couple of months, you are again healthy and you can run around, okay? So this is an example of acute problem. So it's a short-term problem, okay? And we can find the solution for this problem. And then there are chronic conditions or chronic problems. Now, chronic conditions, by contrast, they persist for a long period of time, like asthma or arthritis, and we don't know how to cure them. In this situation with COVID-19, most people think that this is a chronic condition, that it's a total panic, that you need to sell everything, that the world will never be good again, and so on. But I strongly believe that this is not correct, and that the problems we are facing now are acute, okay, and that they have a solution. Now, for now, we don't have a solution yet, and we don't know how much time it will take to find a solution, a medical solution, maybe a cure or vaccine or something like this, you know. So we don't know if this will take 3 months or 6 months or 1 year or 18 months or 2 years. We don't know that, you know. Maybe there will be some kind of magical solution in 1 month. You never know. Anything can happen. But we will find a way to solve this problem. We will find solutions, because humankind always finds solutions. And this is something we need to understand, that we will find solutions. And people who can keep their heads cool right now and who think long term can have a huge advantage and can turn this recession into a big opportunity, okay? Let me show this with a very, very interesting story that I heard from a person that you might know, Raymond. we had a Skype call with Raymond 2 weeks ago, and he told me a story about a big tire graveyard in Canada. I think that it's somewhere near Toronto. There is a small town, and near this town there was this big tire graveyard. I don't remember the name of the town. And there was
Hagersville, Ontario, and it was a dump site for rubber tires.
Yeah. So Raymond told me this story, and it's really a story that hits home. And you need to understand this story if you want to understand this crisis. When Raymond was starting his career, he was into real estate, and he was buying and selling real estate. So one day there was a big fire at this tire graveyard. So a big fire started to burn. And do you know how a burning rubber smells? Now multiply that by 1,000,000, and you will get what happened there. So all the people were fleeing the city. It was like a catastrophe, and everybody wanted to get rid of the real estate there. So Raymond went to this city, and he met with a realtor there, and he said, "I want to buy some pieces of real estate." And the realtor said, "Are you crazy? Everybody is fleeing the city, and you want to buy real estate here? Are you crazy?" You know, but Raymond did, you know, and he got a lot of great deals, you know, dirt cheap deals, and he bought some pieces of real estate there. Now, what happened after that? In the next months, the fire was gone, the city was cleaned, and the life returned back to normal. And Raymond was able to sell this real estate for much higher price. And this story can really give you a good idea of what is happening right now. So when everybody is panicking and everybody is thinking that this is a chronic problem, because also in this city, all the people thought that it's over, you know, that the town is over, and that the life will never be the same again, or they will never be able to live again in this town. But in reality, the problem was acute, okay? And the same thing goes on in the world today. So this is something that you need to really understand. Okay, now how to get the best possible returns by understanding these principles. The best way to do it is just to follow my system, especially the part where I talk about long-term investing. So Grow Your Golden Goose and my GR.A.I.N system. Now, we all know that we should invest for the long run, for pension, for security, for financial power, to just get great returns for our children, and so on. But there is a big problem when it comes to long-term investing. And that is that the game of investing is rigged. And these guys, the financial advisors, will try to sell you the worst possible investment products. Why? Because they benefit the most from these products, and then the companies they work for, and so on. So let me show you how this works. And if you understand this, you will understand almost everything about investing. Okay, so this is, pay attention. This part is really crucial for your investment needs in the future. If you want to understand the long-term investing, you first need to understand the key investing principle. The key investing principle is compounding, okay? Compound interest. Now, the boring technical definition says you earn interest or return on your principal and on the accumulated interest of previous periods. So the balance doesn't merely grow, but it grows at an increasing rate. Now, this is theory, okay? But now let's take a look at practice. How does this work in practice? Let's say that you invest $10,000, and let's say that you have 10% annual growth. So 10% was historic annual growth for stocks. So average annual growth for stocks, historic growth, was 10% annually. Now, if you have 10,000, and if this grows by 10%, after the first year, you will have, you probably guessed it right, 11,000. But the next year, it will not be 12,000. It will be a bit more, because also the interest from the previous period was getting compounded, was growing. So it's 12,100 now. And it goes on and on and on. So these numbers start to grow exponentially. And after 40 years, you already have $452,000. All that from a $10,000 investment. So that's times 45. Okay, so this is the power of compounding. And because compounding is such a powerful principle, Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. So let me show you how people who don't understand this principle pay a lot of money because of their ignorance. So let's say that you grow zero, you don't invest. After 5 years, you still have zero. After 20 years, you still have zero, and you won't believe it, but after 40 years, you still have zero. So if you don't invest, if you don't utilize this most powerful investing principle, you will not earn any money, when investing, because you will not be investing. You will not be utilizing this most powerful investing principle. So let me give you a everyday example. Let's say that you save $5 per day. And I believe that anybody can save if you have a normal paycheck, or if you are a small business owner or whatever, this is like nothing for you. So if you invest just $5 per day, this is approximately, this is $1,825 per year. And if you do that over 40 years, you have invested 73,000 of your money. Okay, $73,000 of your money. But because of the compounding principle and because of the market growth, and I used 9% annual growth here. Okay, so I didn't go with 10% like it was historic growth for stocks. I went with 9. You got amazingly $657,000 just in returns. So your pension pot is $730,000. So this means that if you are not investing, you are basically leaving all that money on the table. So $657,000 on the table. And this is the cost of not investing for the long run. In other words, small investments can make you wealthy if you start now. There is a Japanese proverb that says, when is the best time to grow a tree? And the answer is 10 years ago. But if you haven't done that 10 years ago, the next best time is right now. So you should invest, you should start invest right now. And of course, 2020 will probably be one of the biggest investment opportunities in our lifetime. Simple as that, because the market went down it went down in such an aggressive move, and probably it will go down even further. Okay, it will go down even further because in the next year, as you can see, the economy is at a standstill, and companies are firing people. So it will be a very, very big recession. But like I said, we will get over it. We will survive this recession, and we will be stronger after this recession. And people who started to invest during 2020 will probably be the biggest winners of this period. So, how to invest properly? What kind of financial products to use? Which asset categories to use for investing? Let's take a look at the G.R.A.I.N system. The first letter in the system is grow the right assets. Because if you don't grow the right assets, it's game over from the start. Okay? So the big question is, what to invest in? What are the best financial products? So let's take a look. What are the options? So what are the options for long-term passive investments? Okay, and here I'm talking only about passive investments. I'm not talking about active investments like investing in your own business or investing in real estate, because these two types of investments are active investments where you need to work hard to make some money out of them. Okay, so now we are talking about money working for you passively. So what are the options? The first option are stocks. You are basically investing in companies. When you buy a stock, you become a co-owner of a certain company. Then bonds. Bonds, like government bonds, you just, so just two things about bonds. If you don't know what this product is, just keep in mind that first, it's very safe. So you just lend some money to the government, and the government then gives you some interest because because they borrowed your money. So it's very secure but very low returns. Okay, so bonds are very secure, but they give you very low returns, maybe in a region of 2–3% per year. Then precious metals, gold, silver. Then you can keep your money under the, bank deposits. So the next one is bank deposits. And the last one is keep your money under the mattress. Okay, so these are the options. And now, what are the best options? But in order to get to the best options, we first need to eliminate some really, really bad options. So which options are the worst? Let's take a look. The first is keeping your money under the mattress. Now, this is okay if you keep your money under the mattress for maybe a short time period, for a couple of months, for maybe 1 year. And in this situation, it's not a bad idea to have some money in cash. And I have some money in cash because I'm waiting for the right opportunities now. So for short time periods, keeping your money under the mattress is a good idea. But when it comes to long time period, like 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, it's a big no-no. Why? Because of the inflation. Prices are going up all the time. And if you keep your money under the mattress for 10 years, your money will lose approximately 1/4 of the purchasing power. Okay? So in other words, prices will go up by 25% in 10 years. So your money will be worth less and less. And in 2 decades, you will only have half of the purchasing power that you have today. So it's not smart to keep your money under the mattress. The second worst option, you've probably guessed it, it's bank deposits. Banks give you almost nothing in interest right now. So you are still losing money accounting for inflation. So when you account for inflation, you are still losing purchasing power. What about precious metals? Good or bad? Most people say, hey, great option. But unfortunately, they are mistaken. Why? Because precious metals, historically, they produced worse returns than bonds. They just kept their value with the inflation and just a bit more. So the average returns, long-term returns, average annual returns for gold and silver were just around 2% annually. So would you be happy with 2% annually? Okay, so I'm not using gold when I want to get great returns. I'm just using gold in my system in the second part, protect yourself. Okay, so if gold, we are just using it in the second part for financial protection, but we don't expect huge gains from gold. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand, and it's very important. And now only stocks and bonds are left. And these were historically the most profitable options. Now, which one produced better returns? You probably guessed it, stocks. Stocks are more volatile, but also they produced much higher returns in the past. This is one of the most important charts when it comes to investing. This is the chart of real returns after inflation returns for different asset categories in the past. So this is from 1926 to 2016, okay? Almost 100-year period. And as you can see here, only stocks, the blue line, produced huge returns, and everything else was pretty average or miserable, okay? So only stocks produced amazing returns in the past. And this is not like a bit better returns compared to bonds or gold.
Robert,
but the difference.
Robert, we can't see the graph.
You cannot see what?
We can't see the graph. We just see, there it is. Thank you.
Maybe it's our screen.
Yeah, okay. Now you see it? Yeah, okay. So the important thing is that this difference is not small. It's huge difference. It's like 40 or 50 times better returns compared to everything else, okay? So why were stocks historically such a good option? And the reason is because stocks are companies. When you invest in stocks, you are investing in the most dynamic part of our world. You are investing in companies that are innovating all the time, that are producing new value, bringing new value to the market, they are adapting to market conditions, and so on. That is why companies produced the best possible returns in the past. Now, will it be the same in the future? And my answer is, you never know. Nothing is 100%, okay? You need to be very careful when it comes to investing, because nothing is 100% sure. So, if the world will survive, if the aliens don't invade, if there is no global catastrophe, and we all die, then companies will continue to produce the best possible returns, okay? So it's like 99% chance or probability that the same will happen in the future. But of course, there is always 1% probability that maybe something really strange will happen and we will all die in the big laser blast from the alien spaceship or something, you know? So we need to understand these probabilities. So stocks were the best option in the past, and 99% probability is that there will be the best possible option also in the future, okay? Because they are growing, they are adapting themselves, and they are bringing new value and so on. So most of our long-term portfolio will probably be in stocks, okay? It depends on your age, of course, because if you are 70 years old, it will be a bit different, okay? Because you will need to have a lot of money in bonds also. But if you are younger, then you will probably have the biggest part of your portfolio in stocks. I have most of my money in stocks and now in cash because I'm waiting for the right opportunities. Now, let's pick some stocks. Let's pick Apple, let's pick Amazon, let's pick Tesla, let's pick Nike, Disney, and so on. Is this a good choice? And the answer is no. Even though these companies are great, it's not a wise choice. Why? The reason is because any company can go down or out of business. Let me give you a famous example. Do you remember a company called Nokia? 12 years ago, Nokia was the leader in the mobile phones, but today they are nowhere. Their stock fell by 97%. So 12 years ago, Nokia was just like Apple today, but now it's almost gone. So that is why it's very risky to invest in individual stocks, and you should never do it. I don't invest in individual stocks. I never invest in individual stocks, and I never will. It's like gambling with your money. But of course, when you invest in the whole stock market, then it's another thing, and I will explain this in a minute. So the second reason is that the second reason why we don't invest in individual stocks is that nobody can pick just the right stocks. Stock market analysts and gurus are famous for their predictions that are wrong. You know, David G.R.A.I.N did a big study of stock expert predictions, and he found out that they were historically wrong in 77% of cases. So it would be much better if you listen to them and just do the opposite, okay? So that is why we never invest in individual stocks. But like I said, if you invest in a big basket of stocks, then you can be pretty sure, it's never 100%, but you can be pretty sure that these stocks will grow over time, because you are not investing in individual stocks, but in a whole stock market. And because the financial industry found out that people are afraid of investing in individual stocks, they proposed a solution. Decades ago, they proposed a solution, and the solution was mutual fund. So when investing in mutual funds, and this is the most popular investing product all around the world, also in Canada. So if you invest in mutual fund, you are basically investing in a big basket of stocks. And that's a great idea. That's a great idea because you are lowering the risk. You are lowering the risk. You are not investing in individual stocks. But why did I tell you that that investing in mutual funds is one of the worst ideas that you can get, and that this will destroy your financial future? And the reason is because of the small details. The devil is always in the details. So let me show you the most important thing that you need to understand about all long-term investments, okay? And if you are investing, like most people do, in mutual funds, or in whole life insurance, you know, this is the type of life insurance where you invest something and you are also insured for life. So it builds cash value. So these two products are the worst possible products, mutual funds and whole life insurance. And now I will show you why. So pay attention. When you invest in mutual fund or whole life insurance, first you pay a sales fee or entry commission. Then you pay when you want to exit, let's say after 10 years, you want to exit this product, you pay exit fee. And these two fees are approximately 0 to 3%, okay? Depends on the product, but 0 to 3%. But I have some good news for you. And these good news are that these two fees are not important. Why? Because they are just one-time fees, okay? And they will not affect your long-term returns by much. But there is another fee that can wreak havoc in your investment account. And this fee is management fee or total expense ratio or expense ratio. This fee is deducted from your account every single year. For as long as you are in this product, this fee is being deducted every single year, okay? And on average, it's around 2 to 2.5% annually. And now you will say, but Robert, that's not a lot, you know? They take 2% and I keep 98. That's perfectly okay, right? Wrong, wrong. Why is that wrong? What did we forget to account for? We forgot to account for compounding principle. And I call this the dark side of compounding. Not only your returns are getting compounded when you invest, but also the commissions are getting compounded. So that is why I call this the dark side of compounding. Now let me show you this, the dark side of compounding, the effect of this in the previous example. So if there were no fees, you would, by investing $5 per day, you would just have the entire pension pot for yourself, $730,000. But when you account for the 2% management fee, this will not amount to $730,000, but the biggest part of the pie will be eaten by the financial industry. So you will only be left with $350,000, and the majority of your money will be taken by the financial industry through small commissions and fees. So this is really something that nobody in the financial industry will ever tell you about. Why? Because it's not in their interest. Because they make a lot of money when you don't know these things, okay? So small fees can basically halve your long-term returns. Small fees can halve your long-term returns. Now, is this a good thing? For the financial industry, it's perfect, but for us, it's a really bad thing. So, would you like to learn the solution? If your answer is yes, then here is the solution. Instead of investing in mutual funds, I used to invest in mutual funds when I was younger and I didn't know these details. But right now, I'm investing in a different product, much better product. It's called the index fund. Simplified, index fund is just a very similar product to a mutual fund, but with much lower commissions and fees. The expense ratio or management fee for mutual funds is 2 to 2.5% annually, but for index funds, it's just 0.05 to 0.5% annually. So approximately 10 times lower commissions and fees, okay? And this is key. So when investing in index funds, you keep the lion's share of all the returns. So let's take a look at the previous example. So here, when it comes to mutual funds, the financial industry would take all that money through these small commissions and fees. But when you invest in index funds, the financial industry will keep or take just a small portion of your money, and the lion's share will be yours. So that is why I love to invest in index funds. Let me give you a real life example. So this is comparison between two funds. The blue line is one of the most popular mutual funds. It's called Fidelity Magellan. Okay, it's one of the most popular mutual funds in the world. And the red line is one of the most common, or one of the average index funds. It's called SPY, and it just follows the S&P 500 index. So the biggest United States companies. And why did I choose these two for comparison? Because they are basically, they are both investing in the same basket of stocks. Okay, because you cannot compare, for example, pharmaceutical mutual fund to a technology index fund. This is like comparing apples and oranges or bananas, you know. So you need to compare something very similar, something that invests, so two products that invest in the same stocks. And here we are comparing two products that are investing in basically the same stocks. There is 95% stock overlap here. And as you can see, the ups and downs come at exactly the same times. But the difference is huge. So if you invest at 10,000 in both products a couple of decades ago, now you would have 14,000 if you invested in mutual fund. But if you just chose a better investment vehicle, index fund, you would now have $61,000. A bit of a difference, huh? So this is the difference between mutual funds and index funds. And the same goes with whole life insurance, but it's even worse for the whole life insurance, okay? Because they have additional fees on top of the mutual fund fees there. And as you can see here, the difference between these two funds is growing larger and larger. Why? The first reason is because of the difference in fees. And the second reason is because of compounding principle. Because the longer you keep this investment, the bigger the difference, okay? And all the difference is basically the difference in commissions compounded. That is why also Warren Buffett is a very big advocate of index funds, you know, just like me. Okay, so today we learned about the first letter in the GR.A.I.N system. What to invest in. But of course, if you want to really invest the right way for the long run, and if you want to really get the maximum profits, you need to understand a couple of other things. You need to understand the other letters also. The most important thing is that there are more than 4,000 index funds available all around the world. And most of them are not a good choice for long-term investors. A lot of them are short-term trading vehicles. A lot of them have higher fees. They have similar fees to mutual funds. The financial industry is very cunning. They just name something index fund, and you think you are buying index fund, but then you take a look at the commissions, and they are very similar to mutual funds. So you need to really know what to choose. You need to know which index funds are the best. And that is why, because this is a very difficult task, I did something for my clients. And this is that I prepared my personal selection of 14 index funds that are the best of the best. They have the lowest possible fees, they are suitable for long-term investors, and they have the highest profit potentials. Because there are certain industries that are already mature industries, or they are already, you know, going down. So we don't like to invest in this kind of industries. And the same goes with different markets, you know, different regions. We don't invest in regions that have no potential. So I made this important selection for you. I spent more than 100 hours analyzing different regions, different industries, different index funds, and I created this list for you. And all of the index funds that I personally invest in are on this list. Okay, so you get the solution, you get the names, you get everything here. And then you will not invest in all 14 of them. I only invest in 6 of them. So you will maybe invest in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, not in all 14. That is why I will give you my satellite strategy. So this will help you to choose the ones that you will personally invest in. Okay, and you will see it's simple and easy, and it's a bit different if you depending on your age and depending on your goals. Okay, but this strategy will give you the solution. It will give you the ones that you will invest in. And at the end, I will also explain how to invest in index funds. I will explain which brokers to use in order to invest in index funds. So which brokers are the best. I have a special selection also for Canadian market, for US market, for European market, for UK market, and so on. And when to invest. And this is really an important thing. When to invest now, in the next year, there will be huge opportunities. And as you will see later, I update my clients about this. So when you invest in index funds, the best companies in the world are working for you in a passive way. So this is a passive investment vehicle, and you can use it in order to get the best possible returns, especially in the times like this. Couple of testimonials. Thank you for a well-informed course where not only was I able to fully understand the ins and outs of long-term investing, but given a step-by-step guide on exactly how to implement what I had learned. At the end, the only decision that was left was to ask myself when I would take action. So this is one of my UK clients. This is one of my US clients. I thought I knew almost all there is to know about investing, but I put my emotions aside and I learned from Robert's expertise. When Robert showed me the true cost of fees and over a long time period, I was stunned. I took immediate action to bring my investments in line with Robert's recommendations. Ralph trusted his financial advisor before he bought my course. And when he went through my course, he fired the financial advisor and he learned that his financial advisor put on top of the fees that he was paying in mutual funds, he put another percent, of his own fees. So it was like, oh, wow, crazy. So he basically saved more than $100,000 just by switching from his financial advisor to my selection of index funds. Now, to wrap everything up, I would like to give you my 7 keys or 7 steps for successful investing in the turbulent times like this. The first thing is, the first key is become financially literate. You need to understand how money works. You need to understand the market cycles. You need to understand what is happening in the financial world out there. And the first part of my system will be focused on that. So Increase Your Financial Wisdom will teach you how to manage your money, how to understand all the things that are going on around us and so on. And this will be very simplified. I always explain things in simplified way. So it will not be like a lot of technical terms and so on, but I explain things simply. Then protect yourself before you invest for gains. So first comes the financial protection, the second gear, protect yourself, and only after that comes the returns. Then don't buy what the financial industry recommends. If your banker, if your financial advisor, if your fund manager, whatever, if they offer you something, the good thing to do is to say no thank you, because they will always offer the worst possible products, the products where they profit the most. Then lower the commissions and fees. If you lower the commissions and fees that you are paying, you will get maximum returns. Okay, and one of my strong points is that I'm not affiliated with any brokers. I'm not affiliated with any advisors and so on. I give you the right knowledge, and then you go and you open your own brokerage account. I am not affiliated with that. I don't care where you do open it. I have some recommendations, for different markets, but I don't get anything. So I basically, I don't earn money based on what you invest in, okay? I earn money only for my knowledge, only for my courses. So take advantage of market panics. This is something that we will have an opportunity to do in the next year or so. Think long term. When you do the opposite of what the herd does, you will always profit the most. So think long term and understand that this crisis will sooner or later be over and the good times will return. Maybe the times will be different. Maybe the world will change, but we will have good times again. And the last thing, one of my most favorite, most popular quotes, this one was featured in Yahoo Finance selection of 20 best quotes about investing. And I was on the number one on that list, before Warren Buffett, before Ray Dalio, and so on. Investing is simple. It's the financial industry that works hard to make it complex. Investing is simple if you know what you are doing. Now, you have three options how to proceed. The first option is to trust these guys, and you know what will happen to your money. Then the second option is to become an active investor, active trader. And these guys are constantly checking where are their stocks, what is happening to their portfolio. They are trading all the time. They are nervous. This affects their health. This affects their family, and so on. And they look like this. And the third option is to become a passive investor using my system. And you will look like this. Okay, you will not be sunbathing all the time, especially not in the coronavirus world. But I mean that when you learn my strategies, when you apply them in your life, your money will work hard for you passively. Okay, all my strategies that I teach are totally passive. No active trading, no staring at computer screen and clicking buy, sell, and so on. So this is smart long-term investing for people who want to have time freedom, for people who want to have hobbies, for people who would like to spend a lot of time with their family, who want to focus on their work, on their business, and so on. So you will not be wasting your time on investing, but you will know that you have a system in place that works hard for you, and your money will be working hard. So the course fee, how much is the Millionaire Money Making Machine course? So this is, of course, I'm talking about the online course right now. Usually I have live courses in person, in different hotel rooms and so on. But right now I'm only selling, of course, my online courses. So the course is $2,997. And what does it include? The first thing, 3 areas of financial wisdom. So everything about financial literacy, and you will never need financial advisors when you go through the first part. Then Armor Formula. So this is financial security for you and for your family. Insurance products. So everything about insurance products. Which ones are the good ones? Which ones are the bad ones? What do you need to be careful about, and so on. So everything about insurance. And then gold and silver. How much gold and silver, how do you buy it, and all the other details. Then long-term investing. So we will gain with the grain, money working hard for you, my selection of index funds. We also cover bonds, and we also cover all the other details that you need to understand when it comes to long-term investing. And get there fast. So how to achieve your financial goals. I started from scratch. I had no special talents. I had no money. My family was poor, but I was able to achieve amazing things in my life. And I will teach you in this part what strategies, what techniques did I use in order to make it big in my life. And at the end, asset allocation, very important topic. You know, how to allocate your money based on your age and based on your goals. Because what do you invest in if you are 30 years old will differ from what do you invest when you are 60 or 70 years old. So it's totally different for different ages, okay? So my promise for you is, this will be the only passive investing course that you will ever need. The only passive investing course that you will ever need. Everything is included, and I will lead you step by step. So money working hard for you, and all the strategies are passive. Couple of testimonials. The first course that showed me in the most practical way what to do and how to do it, which buttons to click and how to get great returns when investing. This course gave me way more value than any other training to date. I quickly learned things that seemed like a science fiction to me just a week ago. Robert kept his promise, and this is truly the only investing course that I will ever need. This is a very famous tennis professional. Really honest advice, you can take action immediately. This will definitely take us as a family in a new direction. And I just received that on Sunday. I just had a webinar like this for the Netherlands 1 week ago or something, and people are already using it. So Michiel, I think it's pronounced, on Sunday. So this Sunday, I love it, Robert. I'm getting so much new insights about how to set it up, and I feel you really want to make it work without only making money. I lost 23,000 euros, of course, by an online binary scam 2 years ago, and I wish I had known about this course and wasn't just trying to get it rich fast. It took me 1 year to get over this, and so on and so on. So I will also teach you how to avoid scams. I will also teach you a lot of other things that I didn't mention today, but everything is included. Now, you are a client of Raymond's, and Raymond is my good friend. And before this webinar, we had a conversation, and he said to me, Robert, we really need to make an amazing offer for my list because the times are tough and the opportunities are big, and I want as much people on my list to get this opportunity. So that is why I decided, or we decided together with Raymond, to give you a very, very special opportunity today, okay? So this opportunity, first I will give you a small discount, and then I will also give you some additional gifts. So first, the discount, the small discount. Instead of $2,997, the fee for this course for you today will be $997. So $997.
Wow.
Plus, when you order today, you will get some additional gifts. Now, this is the link where you order. So it's aaron.com/money-making-machine. Okay. And Raymond, I don't know if it's possible to just post this link somewhere.
Well, I can put
so
it.
If it's possible, yeah, if it's possible, maybe you can just post this link so they will be able to click on it or something. Okay. So it's aaron.com/money-making-machine. And now about gifts. I prepared something really special for you today. The first gift is something that I usually don't include in this course because it's too valuable. And I sell this separately. But today I will put this into the package. It's my Star Passive Income Builder. So Star Passive Income Builder. It's the fourth part of my system that I usually sell separately. This is an amazing artificial intelligence trading strategy for short-term gains. So it's totally passive. It's not humans doing the trading, but it's artificial intelligence. It's not my system, okay? A London company, a London team of traders and IT professionals created this system, and in the last year, it produced a little less than 60% annual return. 60. It's an amazing stuff. Money is in your investment account. You are not giving your money to them, okay? Your money stays on your investment account, and only the trades that the artificial intelligence is making are being copied to your account. It's an amazing system. Now, what is their offer? They are offering this system to people who pay 1,297 connection fee, and then you split the profits with them 70-30. So you keep 70% of the profits and they keep 30% of the profits. Now, because I personally, and this is all invite-only stuff, you cannot find this online. This is not something that they would offer to the public. This is invite-only stuff. Now, the owner of the company, the trader who created the system, he is my good friend. I got to know him when I was trading, you know, and losing a lot of money with short-term trading in London. That was approximately 13 years ago, when I was young and stupid, and I thought that I can make money by trading Forex on my own. Of course, I lost almost 100,000 euros, you know, doing that. And then I said, enough. But he's my good friend, and what I did for my clients will blow you away. The agreement that I have with him for my clients, for my MMM course clients, is no connection fee, 0 connection fee, and there is only 80-20 profit split.
That's amazing.
So that's totally amazing, because usually they just try to sell you some kind of subscription or connection fee and so on, and then they run away with your money. But here, money is in your account, and they cannot steal it. You know, only the trades are being copied. You can stop anytime you like. You can start anytime you like. You can stop using the system anytime you like. You can withdraw anytime you like. It's your money. It's on your account. Just the trades are being copied. And if they don't make you money, they don't get anything. They don't make a cent if they don't make a profit. So that is what I like. And I really hate those financial advisors that are, you know, having these fees and subscriptions and so on. So that is why I really, it took me a lot of time to convince him. But at the end, I said to him, you know, this or nothing, you know. And he owed me a couple of favors. So that is why we were able to do this deal. But this is an amazing stuff. So $0 connection fee and only profit split. And that's it. And you get 80% of the returns. And if they don't make profits, you pay 0. They don't make any money. So that is why we are all on the same side. There is no conflict of interest here. And that is what I like here. So this, you will get this as a bonus if you order, when you order today. Then the second bonus. I don't want to just give you a solution now and then, you know, nothing. I want to be with you for the long run. So that is why I have, for my MMM clients, I have 2 times Q&A live online sessions, so 2 sessions per year. So if you have any questions, if you have any dilemmas, if you have any situations that you don't know how to solve them and so on, you can ask me that in those sessions. So usually annual subscription is $249 for this, but today I decided to give you this totally for free. But not only for 1 year, but for as long as I do this. So for as long as I do this. Now, when I die, don't expect this anymore from me, okay? Okay. So 2 sessions per year from now on, to really be in touch with me all the time and to get the updates, to get the new information, to get to get questions to your answer, to answers to the questions, and so on. And bonus number 3, something really special. This time period, the COVID-19 recession, I call this, will be really, really, really interesting period. It's really a hard period, okay? We will need to be careful. We will need to work hard. We will need to adapt. But like I said, for smart investors, this will be one of the best opportunities in our lifetime. So I will give you my regular updates throughout the COVID-19 recession for as long as it will last. So this will be weekly updates, email updates. You will get this via email, and you will be constantly in touch with me, okay? So I will tell you exactly when I'm buying, what I'm buying from my list, and so on. And I will give you the exact strategy that we will be using throughout this period. And weekly, I will notify you when I'm doing something. So you will always know what to do, when to do it, and if you will have any questions, you will be able to ask me, and I will answer. Okay. So this will help you to turn this recession into big profits. This is totally free. I forgot to mention that. So you will get also this for free. So if I summarize, this special offer is only good for today. Okay, so this is only good for today. You need to order today. You will be ordering through Raymond's company. Okay, so you will be ordering through Raymond's company, and you just go to the link that is published now. So aaron.com/money making machine without spaces. Okay, money making machine. So let me summarize. First, you get the complete Millionaire Money Making Machine home study course. This is an online course that you can go through from the leisure of your home, and you will not be exposed to any viruses and so on, and you will get a lifetime access to this. Okay, so this is a lifetime access to this course, and I also update it if something changes and so on. Then you will get Star Passive Income Builder for free, 2 times per year Q&A live sessions with me online, of course, free, and COVID-19 updates for free. So all this for one-time payment of $997. So this is not a subscription. This is not some kind of annual subscription. This is a one-time payment of $997. So grab this opportunity. Just go to this website and just put in your details and click order, and you will get access details in 24 hours. Okay, and then you will get all the updates and all the other bonuses. You will get them via email. Okay, so this is everything from my side, Raymond, and now maybe we can go to question and answer session.
First of all, I want to comment.
Okay.
I'm dazzled.
Go ahead.
I'm dazzled. I have been teaching wealth principles for 37 years, since May of 1983. And I was stuck to this computer. I was listening to every word. I was dazzled. When you ask questions, I said, oh yeah, I know the answer. And then I would say it to myself, and I was wrong. What? Now, the truth is I've invested more in real estate than in stocks, but nevertheless, I thought I knew my stuff. And I am dazzled. I'm so moved. And I wish I could say something to you right now. I wish I could say, I'm the first to join. And the reason I can't is because lots of people have already joined. Lots of people, I can see this on my screen. You can't see it, but I can see it. I can see the numbers totaling up. So I'm in, and my clients are in, and I'm so happy that you're going to be taking care of my clients and me. Your system is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the best thing is that, you know, I don't come from the financial industry. I was a business owner, and then I lost a lot of money. And because of that, I started to learn.
Right.
And this is one of my strengths, you know, that I can explain things in simple terms. And most financial experts, they cannot do that because they have been in this industry for their whole life. And I am some kind of outsider who came into this industry later, but I learned 7 years every day, you know. I spent 10 hours per day learning this stuff, you know. And that is why I can still understand how an everyday person feels about these things, you know. And that is why I give step-by-step solutions, you know. I don't just tell you, go and buy these index funds with a broker. I give you screenshots how to do it, you know. Step number 1, click here. Step number 2, click here, and so on. So it's really step-by-step system, and you can do it even if you are not computer literate and stuff like this.
You're the only person in the financial industry who doesn't like high fees.
Yeah, probably, because the problem is that most financial advisors and gurus, they make money because they sell you financial products. They sell you some kind of financial product, like their fund, invest in my fund or whatever. But all these financial products that I am, let's say, recommending to my clients, they are not mine. You will not be investing through my company. You will be investing through a regular broker like Vanguard or Interactive Brokers, and I'm not affiliated with these companies. You cannot be affiliated with them.
I've got to tell you one other thing that I really loved. For your entire presentation, you were saying, here's how you make money in the long run. Here's how you make money in the long run. Here's how you make money in the long run. And I'm saying, hey, I'm 75. Why aren't you talking about me? Why aren't you telling me anything? Why have you forgotten me? There's lots of my clients who are a little older in age. Why aren't you helping me? And then right at the end, you zinged us with 60% returns. Hello. Wow, that's
artificial intelligence. Yeah, this would be a good option. Yeah, artificial intelligence trading would be a good option for you.
So you're offering both high short-term returns and high long-term returns. What else is there?
Yeah, so this is really an amazing solution. And right now I'm swamped with orders. Not here because I cannot see, you know, how many people ordered, but in the last weeks we sold more than I got almost more than 500 clients for this course in just the last couple of weeks from all over the world. Yesterday I got my first client from South Africa. I got my first client for Moldova. I got clients from Norway, from Australia, from Thailand, you know, all around the world, and they are just crazy about this. But it's worth it, you know. It's totally worth it. And so yeah, we can maybe go to question and answer session, and I will answer questions that.
Why don't you do that now? Yeah, go to the questions.
Yeah, so let me just
ones.
I hope that I will be able to check them out. I'm not sure that I can see the questions. Let me. Oh yeah, I see them, but something is. I can only see one line at a time, and it's almost impossible to check this out. So let me just try to.
When you click on it, you'll see below the full comment.
Oh yeah, now I got it. I opened the full page now. Okay. Okay, let me go through the questions. Okay, this is the start. Yeah. Where do we get index funds? So Yvonne, you buy index funds through a broker, through a stockbroker. And in my course, you will get a list of stockbrokers from different countries, and also for Canada, because I have a lot of clients in Canada already. And I did some research, and I found the best brokers for you in Canada. So you will get this list when you go through my course, okay? And you will get the name of the company, and then you just go to their website, click open an account, and it's just like opening a new bank account, okay? You will need to verify yourself, and then you will fund your account, and then you will be able to buy index funds. And I have also screenshots how to go through this buying, you know. It's very, very simple. Okay. Can you please repeat the course price? Oh yeah, internet issues. So it's 997. So after the discount, so it's 997. Okay. Yes, it's US dollars. It's US dollars. Thanks, Robert. I have already taken the offer. Perfect, Carl. Thank you. No, this is US dollars. Yeah, again, Canadian dollars. He's 100% right about bank financial investments and mutual funds. We have lost so much, almost all of our life savings, and it's still dropping because of COVID. Yeah, the problem with mutual funds and the high fees that you are paying is that even in good times, you can lose a lot of money. Because these fees are so high that sometimes, even if there are good times, they produce at the end of the year negative returns, with these fees. So it's really a legalized crime, something like this, a legalized stealing. I am 65 years. Will this be good for me in the short run? So Karen, if you would like to get some short-term returns, I would say artificial intelligence. Otherwise, you will also get my asset allocation for people who are near retirement or retired. So you will have my asset allocation for 65 or older. And if you want to use something, maybe a smaller amount of money or a smaller percentage of your portfolio for artificial intelligence, this could be a very good option. How do you manage for those in Malaysia? Now, I don't know for Malaysia. I don't know the specifics of that market, but I have clients from all around the world. And big brokers like Interactive Brokers and Vanguard, they are accepting clients from all around the world, basically from almost all the countries except maybe South Korea or something. So I think that you will have no problem buying index funds through one of the brokers that is on my list. Okay, I've never had any problems, and I have customers from Thailand to Singapore, Hong Kong, Israel, and all the other countries. So it will not be a problem. Yeah, if you have retirement plans. So if you have retirement plans, index funds can be a good decision to use in your retirement plan also, because when you invest in your retirement plan, you will need to choose which products will this money be invested in. Okay, and usually this is automatic. But you can also change this, okay, in your retirement account. You can also change this, and of course, if you choose index funds, you will be much better off than with the regular mutual funds. Do we do the trading or the traders trade for us, and how much do you have to invest for the trading? So this is probably about artificial intelligence trading. So artificial intelligence trading, it's you will not be making any trades. Everything is automatic. You just connect to the system, and from then on, so this is like 45 minutes, you need to open an account and connect to the system. And after that, you don't need to do anything else. So it's totally automatic. You just see the returns on the chart, okay? So everything is done by the artificial intelligence system that is controlled by this team of traders, professional traders, and they are doing everything for you. So you don't need to do any trading, nothing. Totally passive. Frank, I see your question. I would, so in these circumstances, I would advise you to write an email to Raymond's team. Okay, so if you have this issue about money, that you will get money in a week time, please send an email to Raymond's team. we will not be able to give you the same offer, because this offer is really only for today, okay? But we will maybe give you a bit different offer, but of course, this offer is just for today. So write an email to Raymond's team.
Let me just.
I think that their email should be. Is there an email on the order form?
Let me give you an email address. Patel. M as in Mickey. M Patel. Patel. M Patel at AARON.com. That's AARON. M Patel, like Michael M Patel at AARON.com. And you can ask him any questions if you have money coming in tomorrow, things like that, or a payment plan, or whatever your issue is. He's my chief financial officer. MPATEL at AARON.com. AARON.
Star Passive Income Builder produced 60% last year. What has it done in the 5 years prior to that? It didn't exist at that time. So this software or this artificial intelligence system has only been working for a little more than 1 year now. So it's totally a new system, and it hasn't existed 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
That's a good question.
Yeah, but a good question. Yeah. Okay, totally blown away. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Manny. What have been historical returns from your index funds? So when you invest in index funds, in the long run, the average annual returns are around 10% annually. This means that you double your investment in approximately 6 to 7 years, okay? But then, of course, it depends on when you start. If you start now, when the prices are lower, you will get really amazing returns from these investments. If you started, like 3 months ago, you would be buying at the top. And I was, like I showed you, I showed my clients, I was warning them that throughout the last 6 months, it was not a good idea to start investing in stock index funds. And I gave them alternatives. And these alternatives worked like magic in these times, because my alternatives were put some of the money in bonds that were a very good investment in the last period of time, and put some money in gold for a short time period, and keep some money in cash. So that was my recommendation. And when you buy this course, you will be able to watch my video seminars for my clients from January and March and so on. So you'll be able to check this out. But yeah, you can expect for, let's say, for the long run, approximately 10% or annually on average, But if you start in bad times like this, it can be more.
I'd like to add something to that, Robert.
Yeah, go ahead.
The 10% is not because the fund manager is so clever. The 10% is because that's what the stock market is doing.
That's right.
Tracks the stock market.
Yeah. So when you invest in index funds, there is nobody choosing the stocks in this fund, and nobody is picking the stocks. It's just investing in the whole market, or in the whole, let's say, pharmaceutical industry, in the whole technology industry, in the whole Asian market, in the whole global economy, in the whole US market, and so on and so on and so on. I've never done a course like this. If this isn't what I expected, can I get my money back? Rachel or Rachel, I don't have money back guarantee for this course, but if you are not satisfied, I will gladly give you your money back. It's not a problem. I sometimes get a client who wants the money back, and it happened a couple of times in the past. But these were people like, there was a gentleman saying, I thought that I would be using your strategies, but I'm already 8 years old or something, So, yeah, for some people maybe it's not the suitable course, but Rachel, yeah, we can do that for you, no problem. can you talk about tax implications for Canadians buying non-Canadian index funds? No problem here. If you will be buying that through Canadian broker, and there will be no US withholding tax. Okay, so you will be just paying the capital gains tax, just like if you buy stocks or mutual funds. It's totally the same. So when you invest in index funds, this is just capital gains tax, and that's it. What about ETFs? ETFs are the same thing as index funds. Okay, ETFs are the same thing as index funds. This is just another name for the same thing. Does Star Passive Income System connect to your own brokerage account? Yes, Carl. So you will open your own brokerage account. You will fund this account with your money, and then the artificial intelligence system will connect to this account, but it will not have access to your money. It will just copy the trades. Okay, so you can withdraw that money anytime you like. You can stop copying this system anytime you like. And this is what I like the most with this system, because it gives you all the flexibility that you need. It doesn't, you know, there is no like some kind of subscription and some rules that you need to be in there for 1 year or whatever. You know, you can just withdraw money whenever you like, if you need money or whatever. In case of artificial intelligence, do we get the interest to our account on a monthly or a yearly basis? It's basically on a daily basis. You know, if there is a daily profit, this will show immediately on your account. So it's not like because all the trading is done on your account, and this is short-term trading. All the trades are made for hours or maybe days. Okay, so. This will get you know, profits are made every day, and you will be seeing that all the time. So it's daily. For some people are asking about installments. Now, let me tell you that we didn't talk about that with Raymond. So Henry and a couple of other people who are asking for installments, again, you will not be able to get the same offer as the others, but please send an email to the same email address that Raymond gave you earlier, and we will try to find a solution.
Let me give it to you again. M as in mother, M as in mother, M Patel, M as in mother, MPATEL at AARON.com. AARON is, of course, AARON. You can see it at the bottom of your screen. And you'll speak to my chief financial officer, and he will offer you a payment plan over 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, whatever you need. Just talk to him. He's really good. He'll take very, very good care of you. M Patel at AARON.com.
Then what % of your portfolio do you invest in the Star Passive Income Builder? Approximately 10%. So approximately 10%. I don't, so when you invest in any short-term vehicle, you should be a bit more careful, even though it's amazing and it can produce a lot of returns and so on, but still, you know, this is short-term trading and you should be a bit more careful. And I teach about this in my course, okay? So approximately 10% of my portfolio is in artificial intelligence trading. Is there a minimum investment for artificial intelligence? Yes, it's 3,000. So 3,000 is the minimum.
That's really small. Wow.
Yeah, that's, yeah. Usually these kind of systems have like, I just a couple of weeks ago, I talked with a team of traders from Israel that are trading with gold, and they are having good returns. You know, not as good as artificial intelligence, but they are having good returns. And when I asked them, you know, because they wanted to cooperate with me, and I asked them, you know, what is the minimum investment for the client? And they said 100,000. 100,000, you know. So I said, okay, it's okay, you know, but for most of my clients, this will not be good, you know, because they don't have 100,000 to put into a short-term trading product, you know. So I said no. Can trades, can investing in index funds be done through Canadian RRSP or TFSA, or is it separate? It can be done through that. Okay, you can invest in index funds through your pension plan. Does this offer include a copy of your book? I have something even better, but this will be a surprise for you. So when you buy this, we will give you a surprise, okay? I will not tell you what is it now, but it will be something even better than the copy of my book, okay? Okay. Are you going to give us the list of index funds and the 6 you are investing? Yes, sure. So in the course, you will get the complete list. 14 index funds that are on my list, and I will also tell you which ones I'm investing in. But I will also tell you that I am very young. I'm 17 years old now. I'm 43. So I'm 43, and this selection of six index funds that I selected are working for me. So this works for me because I'm 43. But if you are 55, or if you are a bit more conservative than me, then you will need to make a different selection, and I will lead you step by step through that. Okay, so my 6 index funds can be a good solution for somebody who is similar to me, has the similar age or similar goals. But for somebody who is a bit different, you will need to choose your own selection. But I will give you the solution how to do it, with the set life strategy. And as you will see, it's very, very simple. Yes, ETFs are basically index funds. So ETFs are index funds. This is the same. What are your returns for the last 5-10 years, or what do you expect your returns will be? So my returns for index funds are very, very good because I started, but this is, it's a very, it's a good question, but it's a question that it's a tricky question. Because in the last 10 years, if you started to invest anytime after the last financial crisis, you are having amazing returns right now, even though the market has dropped now, okay? So I'm still quite a lot in profit. But these are my long-term investments, and I don't care what is going on in the short run, okay? I'm just looking for more buying opportunities right now. So my long-term investments that I have been making, from the year 2012 and on, because at that time I learned about index funds and all this stuff that I'm sharing now. So I'm keeping them. I didn't sell them before this COVID crisis, even though I thought, and I shared this with my clients, that the market is overvalued. But I said to them, whatever you bought in the last years, just keep, because these are your long-term investments. You don't sell your long-term investments. You are just looking for additional buying opportunities for new investments, okay? So we are not speculating. We are investing for the long run. But of course, if there is an opportunity when you can get index funds very cheaply, then of course take it, and this is 2020, okay? This is the opportunity. No, so Craig, we never use like covered calls or puts or stock options and stuff like this for long-term investing to cover our profits and so on. These products are short-term speculative products, and most people who are playing with these products, they lose their money. So for smart long-term investors, my strategy is something that will work, and you will have no problems with it. You don't need to speculate and try to do whatever you proposed here, because most of the time, if you try to speculate for the short run with these leveraged products and so on, you will be losing money. Okay, so no, we don't do that. Yeah, artificial intelligence. One thing that I need to emphasize is, if you are from Canada or if you are from anywhere else in the world, you will be able to use it. If you are from the United States, you will not be able to use it. Okay, United States has several laws that don't allow people to use these copy functions, from other traders, and that is why artificial intelligence system is not available for United States investors. Okay, so if you are from United States, you will not be able to use artificial intelligence. But when you buy my course, I will give you something that something else that you will be able to use. Okay, so we will give you. So just write us an email after you buy this course, and we will give you another thing. It's not like artificial intelligence, because Americans cannot use it, but it's a totally different thing. But it might be a good idea to increase your short-term returns. It's also passive.
Can I just tell you something? Some of my clients are texting me directly about this, and one of them said, "Raymond, this guy is a legend. He really loves it."
Thank you.
And another one of my clients said, "Not only that, I also bought his book." So they're loving you. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I just hope that I gave some value today, even if you don't buy that, that you learned about these things, because the financial industry tries to take advantage of us, and they're most of the time, most of them just think about one goal, and that is how to take our money and put it into their pockets. And I lost a lot of money because I trusted my financial advisors. I really, this was high six figures at that time. Can I use artificial intelligence from Slovakia? Daniela, and yes, you can. Slovakia is okay. Only United States is not allowed, but all the other countries are okay. No, it's not IT Vantage. So this solution for artificial intelligence trading is not public. Is just invitation only, and only my client from London, he offers this to his clients, and now recently I started to offer this to my clients. But he wants to keep this as private as possible, and he's only cooperating with me because he owed me a couple of favors from the past. And we are good friends. So this is the only reason that I am able to offer this also to my clients. And I also have a special limits, how many clients can I connect. But now for this group, I think that there will be no problems because I have some space available. But sometimes when I have very large groups, then I need to limit the number of people who can enter at any given month. If dual citizen, can you use the artificial intelligence? Rachel, I have no idea. So probably you think that if you are US and Canada citizen, you will need to ask the broker about that, if you can open an account or not, because they don't accept US clients. The broker that we are using, so you will need to check this with the broker later. Yeah, US and Canadian citizen. Really, I don't have we will need to ask the broker that. With artificial intelligence, all be doing the same sector, or do you have to make selections? So artificial intelligence will not be trading with stocks. It is trading with forex, with currencies. So this is forex market and gold. So it's using gold and different currency pairs. Okay, so it's not connected in any way with index funds or the stock market. Can I have a special promo code, please? Yes, Andrea, you got it. So today, by the end of this day, you can get in. You can get in the course for 997. So this is the special code for you. Okay, Raymond, I think that I went through all the questions.
Well, you not only did that, you gave a dazzling presentation. I'm really moved. I knew how good you were, but I never heard your whole presentation from beginning to end. I'm deeply moved. You gave a long-term and a long-term high profit and a short-term high profit option, and the financial literacy component, so that we can continue to grow in our wisdom and know what to do on our own. I'm really moved by it. And every one of my clients who joins, congratulations. If you didn't join, there's a couple reasons. Maybe you didn't join because you didn't have enough money. Hello, that's the problem. That's because you're working for a living and because you're spending all your money every single month and you don't have the financial literacy to save even $5. I'm not putting you down. I'm just saying that if you don't have the 997, it's because of your poor financial literacy. Another reason is you just might not be interested. You just want to play this lifetime, and I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're interested at all in making these commitments to yourself and to your family, this is it. There is no better deal in the world. This is it. And I'm honored, Robert, that you're my friend. I'm honored that we got together several years ago. I got a call out of the blue saying, "Hello, my name is Robert. I live in Slovenia." I never heard of Robert and I never heard of Slovenia, but I started to love the guy and now I totally love him. And I've been to Slovenia a couple times now. It's such a beautiful country. And Robert himself is a towering gentleman with lots of wisdom, and he's giving it all to you in this program. So get into it. You've got today only. Thank you so much. You did a brilliant job. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. And just my last message, investing is simple. It's just the financial industry that works hard to make it complex. So when you know the right details, then everything will become simple. So purchase the course now, and then we will be together for the long run, and I will keep you updated, and I will keep you in touch with me all the time and answer your questions and so on. I'm working 24/7 for my clients. Raymond, can I just show you one email that I got?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I hope that I will be able to show that. Let me just, yeah, let me go to my email. It's such an amazing email.
Just before you go, yeah. Please, everyone, take a screenshot so that you can see the website, aaron.com/money-making-machine. Please take a screenshot or take your cell phone and snap a photograph of it. If you haven't purchased it yet and you need another hour or so to figure it out, aaron.com/money-making-machine. And if you need to contact my chief financial officer, M as in mother, M Patel at Aaron, AARON.com. Go ahead, let's see this email.
I hope that I will find it. Sorry, but I totally forgot the name of the client.
Just tell us, we'll believe you. Just paraphrase.
Yeah, he said something like this, you know, that he works with a lot of he works with a lot of experts and so on. He bought a lot of online courses and live courses and so on. But recently, when he sends a question to somebody, he doesn't get an answer because I don't know. Maybe it's because of the COVID problems or it's something else. But he said, you know, very rarely I get an answer. And I got an answer from you in 1 hour because I'm in these times I'm swamped with work, but I'm going through all the emails. All of my clients get my personal email because I'm sending everything, all the video seminars and everything I send from my personal email, and they can ask me questions and so on, and I answer them. In 24 hours, you will get my answer. Usually much earlier, you know. But he said, very rarely now I'm getting an answer to my questions, but you gave me an answer immediately, and you are doing such a good job, you know, and so on. So this is something that I know that my clients are the most important thing, and I always take care of them.
And you've taken care of me, and you've taught my clients how to take care of themselves and their family. You're a real gentleman. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you, Raymond. And thank all of you who attended. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.